Hey guys, so I just got off of work, so I thought I'd just sit down and make this movie to kind of just relax and warm me up, because I'm gonna be, reacting to the next Xena episode. Super excited for that, but hopefully this video will tide you over until I can get that done. So this is actually you WatchMojo. It's the top 20 worst acting performances of all time, and so, well, I mean, WatchMojo is kind of iffy with me for me because I know how they get the list. They just have you go onto the website and you can just recommend list, and then anybody can make suggestions, and obviously the top suggestions get put onto a list. So it's really just by community. So I don't always agree with whatever they put on their list, because sometimes it's just kind of obvious they're just going with the most popular. So, but anyways, I think this would be a fun video to watch, because I do love bad acting. And so I mean, let's just stop talking and get right into it.
These were tough to sit through. Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 worst acting performances of all time. For this list, we'll be going over the worst acting by individual performers in film. For the record, we're not saying we necessarily think these are the worst acting performances ever, but we understand why people do. Number 20, Sofia Coppola, The Godfather Part 3. The third time is not always the charm, as the final Godfather film is universally seen as a step down from its predecessors.
What is this really for? Why are you doing this? Why am I doing this?
Although it has its share of flaws, one of the most glaring is the poor performance by Sofia Coppola as Mary Corleone.
Tony says
Isn't
a front for the
Coppola the director? So is this like his daughter or something?
that you're using me just to pull the strings.
The daughter of
Yeah,
the
that's
film
what I was wondering.
Coppola had no training as an actor and was a last-minute replacement when Winona Ryder dropped out.
I guess that's not as
Jarred
bad.
with the tone of the rest of the film, and has been an example of the dangers of nepotism for decades, even if her performance does have a few defenders.
Dad? Why are you doing this to me?
Thankfully, she made a better director than she did an actress.
Only in America.
That's it.
Number 19, Dennis Hopper, Super Mario Brothers.
King Koopa here.
Oh, yes, sir.
I'd like the Koopa special.
Although a seasoned actor, Dennis Hopper's performance as the villainous Koopa in this video game adaptation is more over the top than the overgrown turtle his character is based on.
Yoshi is a pet of the royal family. You may pet him. Just don't move your hands around like a small wounded animal.
Hopper plays Koopa with all the maniacal corporate evil of the worst snake, or in his case dinosaur, in a suit crossed with Dr. Evil.
Really? I am very disappointed in you, cousins.
I don't know. I think most of these in this movie alone, it was just a lot of overacting as opposed to just blatantly can't
Hopper's delivery
act.
is just so strange and goofy that it can't be called.
Reminds me of Eddie Redmayne and
He's still
Jupiter
entertaining,
Ascending.
but not
I love that performance.
The handheld de-evolution.
makes the movie worth
Steven
watching.
Seagal, Half Past Dead. Steven Seagal doesn't exactly have a lot of range as an actor to begin with, and his usual stoic, whispery performance would actually be preferable to his lack of effort in this action flick.
Yeah, I'm Russian. You got a problem with that?
Seagal hurries through his lines, and despite the film nominally being a buddy movie, he has very little chemistry with co-star Ja Rule.
Hey, stop. You're crazy, right? Cuckoo crazy.
Even Seagal's signature fight scenes feel unenthusiastic and tepid. It's a sad thing when a title like Half Past Dead can just as easily apply to the performance of the star of the movie.
Yeah, what am I doing here? Earning your trust, maintaining my cover. You ain't screwed that up.
Number 17, Megan Fox, Transformers franchise. The Transformers franchise has gained a reputation for having shallow female characters who are only cast for their appearance and not their acting ability, which began with Megan Fox.
Oh god, I can't even tell you how
I
much
mean,
I'm not here.
she can't really
The
blame
actress
Megan
gets
for
what is,
that
on paper, a
because
fairly interesting
most of the
character
dialogue
and
is just
fits her
crap.
personality.
So you don't really, she doesn't really have much to work
Put
with.
it back together.
Honestly,
Wouldn't pay you for
prefer
your
her to Shia LaBeouf
You know, I don't really
performance.
broadcast it. Guys don't like it when you know more
Or
about
just
porn
not
than
his
they do.
performance, but
Even
his
with the notorious
character.
director
He was
Michael
just so
Bay
fucking
finds
annoying.
women a sex object, Fox herself has copped to acting poorly in the movies, and we can see how being new to film and working under a director like Bay would lead to a bad performance.
You think I'm shallow? Huh?
I think you're sure. No. I think there's a lot more than meets the eye with you.
Okay.
Number 16.
Oh,
Dirty
God.
Cameron, Saving Christmas. Christian movies aren't exactly
Oh,
known
that
for
movie
stellar
was
acting. They're more echo chambers for
insane.
I think to myself,
all he was this movie was a condescending prick. That's pretty much the entire movie.
Such is the case with its
Kirk
outspoken
Cameron
star,
was.
Kirk Cameron.
nope, it's not here.
Cameron's acting here makes the actors in
I'll admit, I watched that movie while drunk, and so it made a lot more interesting movie while watching it drunk. Especially the evil Santa part.
You swallowed the whole thing.
His stilted delivery earned him a well-deserved Golden Raspberry Award, and he proved in good company, since many other aspects of the critically derided film won some as well. He can put the blame on an atheist conspiracy all he wants. The fact is, he just sucks here.
Are we seeing the same everything that's going on in there?
Must say,
15. Johnny
that
Depp,
movie, Saving
quarterback.
Christmas, it's a lot less
Several
insane than
decades,
some of
Johnny
Kirk
Depp
Cameron's
was
other
graduated from one of
movies.
the most versatile actors in the film to a complete
I.e. the
character
one where
himself.
he convinces a child that they died and gone to heaven so he can make him into essentially a slave, a playmate for his mentally disabled sister, which was a trip.
But I was hopeful my new stars would cheer her up.
Depp's by now usual, relentlessly quirky shtick is up to 11 in this movie, with his every action and expression exaggerated and served with a full course of ham.
I had no idea I was so deep in Her Majesty's hole.
If anyone had actually seen this movie besides us, unfortunately, this might have been a career ender for the actor.
Oh God. It's unbearable.
You will get used to it.
Why should I have to?
Let the games begin!
Is it hot in here?
Invested in it.
Number 14, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Batman and Robin. I saw this did you?
I don't think his
A few of the
performance
actors
in this
involved
is
in
any
this
less
especially campy
worse
superhero
than
film
any
come
other
from,
movie
but
he's
Arnold
done.
Schwarzenegger
I think it's just all the ice
stands out,
puns,
even among the dross
dialogue
Robin.
that
See?
made it ridiculous.
That my condition has left me cold to your pleas of mercy.
Schwarzenegger hams it up to the extreme, delivering his terrible ice pun-laden dialogue with the kind of manic glee you only see in an actor who knows his part is terrible, but is gonna have as much fun as he can with what he has.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
And while we wouldn't recommend watching him if you hate puns,
Let's kick some ice.
Schwarzenegger is still surprisingly entertaining in such an awful role.
First, Gotham. And then, the world!
Number 13, Halle Berry, Catwoman. Halle Berry is a very talented actress.
I think she's very good as Catwoman. She's very alluring as Catwoman.
The nicest guy in the world, you know? He fired me.
As the lead in another reviled superhero film, Berry helped set the tone of the movie at incomprehensible, with her interpretation of the title superheroine ranging from cartoonishly meek to needlessly sexual to the just plain bizarre. What even is that basketball scene?
I didn't have as much of a problem with her
But
performance.
Berry is at the
Or
forefront of it all. At least she was a good sport and accepted her Razzie in person.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Number 12, Madonna, Swept Away. Madonna has proven herself to be a great actress, most notably in her Golden Globe-winning turn as Eva Perón in Evita. On the other hand, she's been nominated for 16 Golden Raspberry Awards, the gold standard for movie awfulness.
You are so gonna regret this.
For Swept Away, she received the Razzie for Worst Actress and shared Worst Screen Couple with Adriano Giannini.
Please, madam.
the matter? Don't you want to dance with me?
I don't want to dance with people I don't like.
Madonna had a lot working against her. Swept Away was a remake of a critically acclaimed 1974 film. Her spoiled brat rich girl character wasn't easily likable, and it was a high-profile collaboration with her then director/hubby, Guy Ritchie.
Oh, and pee-pee. I want it cold. Understand? Not cool. Cold.
But her performance, like the film, is arguably her worst.
Are we being punished because we're rich? Is that the problem?
No, madam.
Number 11, Dakota Johnson and
God.
Jamie Dornan, the 50 Shades franchise.
Still haven't watched
This
those
entry isn't
movies.
going to be just one
Thank
actor,
God to get
but
drunk
two,
and watch them. I
because
think
the
that'd
leads
be
of all three
fun.
movies are Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan.
Seriously?
Heard the actors hate each other.
Though each film has made hundreds of millions in box office receipts, each film has also received biting reviews, with many criticizing Johnson and Dornan's lack of chemistry.
What happened to learning to walk before we run?
Unfortunately, I haven't seen this actor in a lot of other movies. She does play in a Cabin in the Woods, right? I do enjoy, if that's her, that performance. That was good.
With Christian Grey coming off as a total creeper, and
So I think it's just a
Anastasia
movie.
decidedly one note, is it any wonder both Dornan and Johnson won Worst Actor and Worst Actress Razzies for their roles?
Certainly does explain it when you consider this is actually fan fiction of Twilight, which also has problems when it comes to the acting in the
Who
movies.
becomes stranded on a post-apocalyptic Earth with his father, played by his real-life dad Will Smith, after their ship crashes. Jaden lacks his father's formidable charisma, though, and following him as the film's lead is rough, given his stilted, overacted, unnatural performance.
Dad, please come help me. I can't see. I can't do this by myself, Dad. Please come get me.
Will Smith has worked with his son before in other films, but their chemistry here is non-existent.
No, Dad. I can do it.
And while that's not entirely Jaden's fault, the elder Smith's uncharacteristically wooden performance creates a jarring contrast.
I take full responsibility. You did your best.
You have nothing more to prove.
We can't say that his acting is very good.
What was I supposed to do? What did you want me to do?
Number 9, Mike Myers, the Love Guru. Sometimes a performance is a career killer. Exhibit A, Mike Myers in The Love Guru.
Let's make like a baby and head out.
His portrayal of Pitka, the world's #2 guru, received the exact opposite reaction of his universally loved Austin Powers character. Maybe it's the stereotype-heavy portrayal of Hinduism. Maybe it's the barrage of little person jokes heaped on Vern Troyer's character that totally fall flat.
Well, how do you do? Shrimp?
What'd you call me, Jagamo?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Maybe it's the distracting asides that don't ever seem to produce laughs. It's hard to gauge how badly audiences disliked Mike Myers' performance, but one thing's for certain. Studios haven't been knocking each other out of the way to star Myers in a live-action film.
What does Deepak Chopra have that I don't have?
Number 8, Kristen Stewart, Twilight. Kristen Stewart as Bella Swan in
To be honest, her acting performance isn't any worse than Robert Pattinson's, and I've seen them in other movies where they act better, so honestly, I think it's...
So why are there so many haters? We're guessing it's in part the...
I don't know if it's just the directing, the way they directed it, or they just don't want to be in this movie.
For 3 of which she received Razzie nods.
So what, you read minds.
Since the Twilight series, Stewart has proven to be an excellent actress. For Clouds of Sils Maria,
I do enjoy watching, riff tracks where they rip the entire series. It almost makes it worth Twilight existing.
Abduction. In 2011,
Just, hear the rifting of it.
Twilight films. When along came Abduction, a John Singleton-directed action thriller. The film features Lautner's star turn as Nathan Harper, a young man who might not be who he thinks he is. So why didn't this profitable film produce any big-budget leading man opportunities for Lautner?
I don't know. I just thought summer was summer.
Perhaps because his performance could be described as one note, and that one note is a vacant-eyed stare. And in a scene where Nathan's parents are killed, watching Lautner struggle to wrangle up tears is painful. In his review of Abduction, New York Post critic Kyle Smith compared Lautner's acting chops to Bert from Sesame Street.
You know what's messed up? never knew either one of my mothers.
And it's kind of hard to disagree.
Why? Do you not trust me?
Number 6, Jennifer Lopez, Gigli. We're filing this performance's inclusion under collateral damage. Sure, it wasn't J-Lo's finest hour, but Gigli was an all-time stinker, topping WatchMojo's 2013 list of the worst movies of all time. Of course, part of the reason it's so bad is her performance.
You know, this may be a good time to suggest that you not allow the seeds of cruel hope to sprout in your soul.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds beautiful.
Lopez seemingly sleepwalks through the film, showing very little acting range.
You want to cloud your adversary's ability to reason, thus gaining the upper hand yourself.
In the end, J-Lo received a Razzie for Worst Actress, and she gave us a squirmy
See, I think most of these are just like Razzie, the movies that received Razzie, as opposed to just bad movie performances.
Ew. Number 5, Hayden Christensen, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
See, I heard someone say that the reason why they have that kind of bad dialogue is because he's kind of awkward and doesn't know how to really, you know,
Maybe the creators
talk
fundamentally
to a
flawed
woman,
conception of
which
Anakin
honestly I
explains
can
why
see that.
Christensen is held in such contempt.
They're like animals, and I slaughtered them like animals. I hate them.
Part of the
I don't
problem
mind
is
him, to be
Christensen's
honest.
clunky, flat, unconvincing performance. And when paired with pros like Ewan McGregor and future Oscar winner Natalie Portman, the disparity in acting skills is crystal clear.
You are in my very soul. Torment.
But is it
Although
the
I haven't seen
performance
him in
Attack of the
anything
Clones,
else.
Or is Jar Jar Binks just lucky to be a CGI creation? Number 4, John Travolta.
Still need to see that movie.
With WatchMojo's
I think it would be
2016
so
list naming
bad
Battlefield
it's
Earth
good.
the worst movie of all time, you knew someone in the cast was taking the bullet for bad acting. And that person is John Travolta.
I'm a little pressed for time. Why don't you save the going away jokes for later?
No jokes, sir, I swear.
Based on Scientologist L. Ron Hubbard's 1982 novel, Travolta plays Terrell, a giant humanoid alien in the year 3000 who's stuck on a wasteland called Earth. Travolta's performance has been called hammy, weird, over the top, and just plain awful.
There must be some mistake.
The most scathing review may have come from Washington Post's Rita Kempley, who calls Travolta's acting god-awful and describes him as prancing around like a peacock at an egg roll. Ouch.
Never underestimate what a little leverage can do. Rat brain.
Number 3.
Tommy,
The Room.
wait.
You know what they say, love is blind.
What is it with the accent? Does he really have the accent, or is that just an act?
Johnny in The Room.
It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not.
Oh, hi, Mark.
The European actor, writer, director of this Z-grade cult classic plays a man betrayed by his future wife, and his best friend. Yet, despite their betrayal, Wiseau's acting swings wildly between monotone disinterest and vague amusement.
Chicken, Peter, you just a little chicken. Cheep, 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 cheep.
Every one of his choices as an actor is so strange, so inappropriate for the situation, that people have theorized that Wiseau is acting badly on purpose.
You must be kidding, aren't you?
Or that he's an alien.
What a story, Mark.
Yeah, you can say that again.
But as wrong and as inexplicable as his performance is, it remains incredibly watchable, and has to be seen to be believed. It'll tear you apart.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa!
Number 2, Nicolas Cage, The Wicker Man. In
Honestly,
2015,
I also think this is kind of the ones he realized how ridiculous it was, and so he just overacted the shit out of this movie.
Oscar-winning turn as an
Definitely very fun to watch.
What do you say we finish these and we go back to my apartment
On the beach?
We're torn when it comes to his performance as Edward Mollis in Wicker Man. It was number 2 on WatchMojo's list.
I did watch the original Wicker Man, and
but it was number 1 in
wasn't my favorite movie, but there was moments where I really did enjoy.
You'll all be guilty.
Definitely better than the remake.
You're doing it for nothing. Killing me won't bring back your goddamn honey.
So all that's left to do is pay homage to one of Cage's most memorable performances, and ask, if a bunch of crazy women make you wear an enclosed bee helmet when you're allergic to bees, wouldn't your reaction sorta be like Cage's? We think so.
What is that? What is that? What is it?
Not the bees!
Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Open my eyes! My eyes! Ah!
You know those are just CGI bees.
You know what's funny about this list? A lot of people on it are good, proven actors.
Because he's screaming about
Tommy Wiseau.
them being in his eyes.
A lot of them. That's probably what makes it so disappointing when they turn in half-assed work. Well, before we get to our top pick, let's check out some honorable, or I guess they'd be dishonorable, mentions.
It's Max's GPS. It's moving.
What? How?
No idea. Should we follow it? Get in.
What did you do?
So, wanna make some music?
What, are you kidding me?
Great. I'll leave you two alone.
Bye,
here.
Jack.
Come here.
I mean, why don't I do something for me for once? You know? I want to stay. Gonna stay.
You. What have you done with Sherlock?
Why, Watson?
I never left.
I did find some joy in that movie.
Yes, I know.
Even though it gets a lot of hate.
Done yourself this time.
Jake Chambers. Now kill each other.
Not quite at the end yet. Almost there, though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to business. Number 1, Adam Sandler, Jack and Jill. Stop us if you've heard this one before. Adam Sandler gives a horrible performance in a misguided, crass, unfunny comedy. But what sets Jack and Jill apart from the canon of crappy Sandler roles? This film gives us not one, but 2 awful Sandler performances.
Are you going bald? Huh? No, you're getting fatter and your hair doesn't realize it needs to cover more face. Okay.
So bad, Sandler earned Razzies for Worst Actor and Worst Actress. Sandler's Jack is nothing new. A somewhat goofy, uncomfortable man-child with percolating anger. Jill, however, is something else. Sandler's screechy-voiced twin sister is whiny, needy, and totally annoying. And his portrayal of a woman is even less convincing.
Yeah, he sounds like Adam Sandler in a wig, as opposed to a completely different character.
Can Jack and Jill go up the hill and never come back?
Hey, Jill, can I talk to you for a second? No! My bags are packed and there's nothing left to say.
Oh yeah, so that was the top 20 worst acting performances of all time. Honestly, yeah, I don't agree with most of the movies on this list, simply because I think that it's not more that they were badly acted. It's just that the dialogue and just the writing was so crap that no matter what you did, it was going to be bad either way. They honestly, I don't think they've ever seen any really bad acting. Go watch some Neil Breen movies, and you'll learn the definition of bad acting. Go watch Birdemic or Replica. No, that's what it's called, Replica. My God, those movies were hysterical to watch because of how badly acted they were. But yeah, I mean, it's obvious that most of the people is just, you know, more popular movies or blockbusters that were just overall bad as opposed to badly acted. But anyways, it's a fun movie to watch, or a fun video to watch. So yeah, if you have any suggestions on any videos to watch, just let me know and I'll get it done. Other than that, yeah, watch out for my Xena video. It's coming later tonight sometime. So if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to get notifications for all the videos I do, and other than that, you guys have a nice night. Bye.